5. Okay, so what I'm going to do is calculate or at least write the formula for each one of these, and then you guys can see which one will give you the most money on your own. So our initial, what we're starting with is $5,000. So that's our P. The interest rate is being added to our account. So we know that it's going to be plus and not minus. Our rate is 4.5. And our N is going to be changing based off of these bullet points here. Our T is going to be 10 because it's 10 years. All right, so for the first one, annually, N is equal to 1 because you're only doing it once a year. So my formula will look like A is equal to P, which is 5,000, 1 plus my rate, which is 0.045 divided by 1 to the 10th power. The reason why I didn't put anything by it, if you want to put times 10, 10 times 1, since N is equal to 1, that's fine. But not only was I running out of space, but you don't have to write 10 times 1 if it's just going to be 10. But if it's easier for you, then go for it. Next one, N would have to be equal to 2. So A is equal to 5,000, 1 plus 0.045 over 1. And we're going to raise it to the 10 times 2 power. So that should be to the 20th power when you put that in your calculator. Note, guys, please put parentheses around the fraction when you put it in your calculator. Please use parentheses. Okay, so pretty much everything is going to be the same for these problems here except for the denominator. Oh, excuse me, I made a mistake right here. This right here for the compounded semi-annually, your N is 2. So you should have had a 2 in the denominator, excuse me. For quarterly, your N is 4. And I'm going to raise it to the 10 times 4. So I'm raising it to the 40th power. Okay, so please, I would recommend simplifying it a little bit before you plug it into your calculator. I'm not going to do every single one of them. I think you guys can kind of get the hang of it. The only thing that's changing is the N value, so most of the information is staying exactly the same. If $5,000 was originally invested and the account earns 8% annual interest compounded quarterly, how many years will it take for the account to double? Okay, so the first thing that we want to do, keep in mind where we're trying to go with this thing. We want to know how long it's going to take for this $5,000 to double. So basically, we want to know the time. We want to solve for T. When our A, or our result in our account, is actually going to be $10,000, okay? Because double of what we started is 10,000. Okay, so our A we know needs to be 10,000 because that's double of what we started with. Our P is 5,000, what you start with. This money is being earned, so we know that we're going to add it to our account. The rate is 8%, so that's 0.08. Dividing it by our N. It says that it's quarterly, so our N is equal to 4. So we're going to put to the 4 times T. Okay, so keep in mind, we're solving for t. So what you can do, guys, in your calculator, go to y equals. And also make sure that you use parentheses around the fraction. You can simplify it before you put it in. It doesn't really matter. What you're going to do is you're going to go to y equals. And then you're going to put in y is equal to 10,000. And then for the second one, you're going to put the second half of the equation. So 5,000 times. And again, if you want to simplify it before you plug in, you can. And you'll put 4x because they don't really have t. Okay? So you're going to put these two equations into your calculator, and then you're going to have to use the intersection tool. I'm going to try to get a video that shows you how to do it, but all you're doing is you're going to have to graph these two lines, and then you'll find where they intersect, okay? And the x value for that intersection will be your answer. This video is going to show you how to find the intersection of two lines once you have already put in the two equations that I told you to put in. Don't put in these ones. This is a different video, but it's just showing you what to do once you've put your own in. So I'll go ahead and play it.
Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to graph these two lines. I go to second, trace, which takes me to calculate. I'm going to go down to number 5, which is intersect. Okay. First curve, enter, that means it's on the line. Second curve on the second line. And then enter. And then guess, yes. And my
so you just press enter
the
whole time.
3.75. It's the nearest tenth, so it's a negative 3.8. And my y.
Alright, so at the bottom, once you get your intersection, you're going to get the x value and the y value. Since you're solving for x, all you care about is the x value, and it should be positive. If we're talking about years, guys, your answer should be positive. So hopefully this video helps you with your classwork and your homework. Do what you can. If you have questions, please email me.